From the station with the most local news, Fox 17 Morning News at 5 starts right now.
I ask everybody to keep our troopers, family, and all of his friends in their prayers.
Breaking overnight, a call for thoughts and prayers as Trooper Paul Butterfield with the Michigan State Police Force is killed in the line of duty. A shootout with two suspects followed. One of them was hit. Both are now in custody.
And as the community wakes up and begins to answer that call for prayers, we are just beginning to learn more about the fallen Trooper Butterfield. Thank you for joining us this morning. I am Mike Avery.
And I'm Sarah Bronhead. When an officer of the law is killed in the line of duty, the impact is felt far beyond the communities they protected and served.
And while very early on in the investigation, details about what led up to the deadly confrontation are becoming clearer, we have a team coverage for you this morning.
Our Nicole DiDonato was live at the Michigan State Police Post in Hart, where Trooper Butterfield was stationed. And our Tim Swore is learning leaders across our state are already speaking out about Trooper Butterfield's sacrifice. We start with Nicole, who's been following this investigation very closely. Good morning.
Hi there. Good morning, Sarah. Certainly very heartbreaking information that we're bringing you this morning. Just very shocking for an entire community to hear about. It's a story that, as you had mentioned, we broke last night on Fox 17 News at 10. Now, here's a look at what all happened, the timeline, and where it all happened, too, up here in Mason County. Now, Trooper Paul Butterfield stopped a vehicle on Custer Road near Town Line Road in Mason County around 6:20 yesterday evening. 3 minutes later, someone driving by called 911 to report that he was on the ground with a gunshot wound to his head. 2 hours later, about 40 miles away, police caught up to those two suspects at a gas station in Manistee County. Now, this is new video from the Marathon gas station where the situation ended around 8:30 last night. You can see the tape surrounding much of the gas station as well as the suspect's white car sitting there. According to Michigan State Police, shots were fired at one of the suspects was hit. Police arrested both of them, a man and a woman. We're told the man was hit and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Again, those were gunshot wounds. And then again, this all happened about 2 hours after Trooper Butterfield stopped them. MSP not saying what for at this time. Again, still very early in this investigation, but they say other law enforcement were able to find the suspects based on the information that Trooper Butterfield called in as he made that stop.
Our protocol is to call your traffic stop out for this very reason. In the event that something happens to you, dispatch will know where you're at and we'll start looking.
As you can imagine, not only law enforcement, but much of the community very saddened by this information and by the news, of course, of these developments, hearing about this trooper's death. And for more information, we'll toss it over to Tim Swore as well. But for now, live in Hart, I'm Nicole DiDonato, Fox 17 News.
Many are already sharing their support for Trooper Butterfield and his family, and our Tim Swore is live at the MSP Rockford Post with more on the trooper who was also an Army veteran. Good morning.
That's right, Mike. Paul Butterfield was an Army veteran. As you mentioned, he'd been with the Michigan State Police for 14 years. He began his military service back in 1993. Now, that's when he was an infantry soldier serving in the 25th Infantry in Hawaii. He also coached the men's and women's distance running team there. He then became a member of the National Guard in 1997. Then he joined the Michigan State Police in 1999, serving out of the Hart Post, where he was also a defensive tactics instructor and evidence tech. He served in that capacity for 14 years and 3 months until his death in that traffic stop last night.
I think not just police officers, but the community in general probably should be upset, and we are. And I ask everybody to keep our troopers, family, and all of his friends in their prayers.
Condolences are already coming in from around the state. Governor Rick Snyder released a statement last night saying, quote, "Our hearts break when a Michigan State Police trooper or any of our other police officers or firefighters is killed in the line of duty." He also said, "We thank Trooper Butterfield for his bravery and his service and his sacrifice." From the Rockford Post, the Michigan State Police, Tim Swore, Fox 17 News.
And stay with Fox 17 News as we bring you full coverage of the death of Trooper Butterfield. We'll be streaming the MSP's media briefing at 10 o'clock this morning at fox17online.com. We'll also check in again with Tim and Nicole every half hour and keep you posted on updates at fox17online.com.